wanted to build a brand that is community driven. Your guy tells you, oh, I got this thing from this brand. He's telling you got this thing from this brand, not because he knows them, but because the quality is also great. My entire idea was to be the Nike of Africa, and it still is. Business in Nigeria is hard. I can talk about it now because I have like a few years experience under my sleeves. Like, business is hard. One of the first clients we bought, the materials we also bought to for her was bad. The profit margin wasn't so much to make another one. I'm like, what am I going to do like this? But I wanted to give her value for her money because I knew that she also worked so hard to get that money, right? So it's painful when you give me money and you work so hard to get your money and you give me money and give me something that's not worth it. It doesn't make sense. Let's just close business and go home because that's not business. Give them the quality they want and they'll keep coming back. That's like my biggest learning curve. So every step of the way in our fashion game, right, even when we make mistakes, I will always tell our customers, oh, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. But you know what? You don't have to worry about it. Before now, what we do is I sketch, send it to my guy. My guy just does the entire design from scratch. What we do right now is we sketch, we send it to AI. So AI gives us the entire image of what we've sketched. So it looks real. The design process has been shortened and it now makes perfect sense because we get clearer pictures faster. My name is Sonny Jacob. I'm the head boy at Cobs&Sun. Cobs&Sun is a streetwear brand, and we also have a manufacturing house where we make stuff for a lot of fashion brands out there. I think it was in 2021, if I can remember clearly. I posted something on my WhatsApp. I'm like, oh, I'm starting a clothing brand, suggest names for me. My best friend was like, oh, just use the name Cobs&Sun, like your name and your surname joined together. I'm like, that's not a bright idea. That's what I told myself. Because I had a name in mind, which was Stars Collection. And my friend was like, what's a Stars Collection? At the end of the day, I ended up liking Cobs&Sun. So that's how we started with the entire Cobs&Sun branding name and stuff like that. In 2019, I applied for Andela and I didn't get in. 2019, I was 19. I was coding and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, you know what? Let me start something that's going to be giving me money for the now, as coding per se is not really working at that time. My mom's neighbor sells shirts, right? So I'm like, okay, you know what I'll do? I'll pick up the shirts, I'll take it to church. And I know that guys are always looking for what to wear on Sundays. I'll sell the shirts to them, right? And I was making cool money. So I did that for like few months and I made a lot of money. And lockdown came. Before the lockdown, I got like a whole lot of shirts and everything to sell to my guys. But lockdown, so I just dashed everything out, right? Ending of 2020, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start off my clothing brand. Then 2021, we kickstarted. When I started, I didn't have a physical store. Getting good tailors were really hard. Like, really, really hard. I think the first set of things I made, right, they were all bad. And I was like, or more. And I used like my entire money at that time because I was still pretty young. I'm like, hey, God, I beg. And that was like my first challenge I faced in the business. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to keep buying and selling rather than making everything from scratch. Because I wanted to do this made in Nigeria, made in Lagos kind of thing that we're doing everything from scratch and stuff like that. But it wasn't going so well. A friend of mine took me to Yaba. Right? We got like a lot of materials and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm starting my fashion brand. So I posted it everywhere. I'm like, everybody get ready and stuff like that. So the tailor sports, everything, right? And I'm like, okay. Like this like first introduction to business, like more like business 101. So sports everything. I was like, oh, where do I start from? Because now I don't have any money, so no capital to start again. And the products I have were bad. So what I did was, the products that were bad, I told my guys, you know what, buy this at a discount. Just buy it. You get? So I took that money, right? I found another tailor. Instead of getting plenty of materials this time around, I just got just like 2 or 3, if I can remember. I did 3 shirts. It wasn't very great, but it was better than the first one because now I had experience that, oh, this first one, this was bad. So that experience, right, was really terrible for me because lockdown just finished and everything. So everybody was trying to save their money and stuff like that. Nobody was trying to spend that big. That was my first experience and I was like, this is how it is. Then other experience down the line, I remember we did a job for a company that I can't mention, right? So that was like the first big job I ever had and the fabric we got was bad, right? I think it was over like I remember clearly, like 200 hoodies, right? And the company was like, oh, we can't take this thing. I'm like, if you can't take it, you know, like, what am I using it for? It's branded already. So I'm like, this is terrible and bad. In everything, these are like the learning curves. So I started learning how to check for materials better because in Nigeria, there's like a bit of a disadvantage, right? We don't have all the machineries and stuff like that. And the machineries that are so good are very expensive. So we have to make use of what we have, right? So we started learning how to make use of what we have to get the quality we want. And I think so far so good. Our quality has been amazing. So we started doing like the whole testing of quality in fabric. So if I go through this experience and it's bad, I'm like, oh, take note of this, right? Now I have workers, so I can tell them, oh, take note of this when you're going to get fabrics and everything. Test this, test this, test this. If it's good, we bring it to the office. We bring it to the office, we go to another testing. If it's good, before ship it out. So there's like this whole quality control, because I think the biggest challenges I was facing was the entire quality control and how to manage it and how to make sure it succeeds. So yeah. I have a crazy community of people. It's a group name called the Hot. But my number one biggest supporter is my co-founder. His name is Chigo Ben. He likes to like stay under the radar, stuff like that. So he has been my biggest supporter from day one. He brought out the brand name, right? Because I was working for a company in the US, and I was working for him actually. He stays in the US, so I was working for him and stuff like that. When I told him I wanted to like start again, because I stopped the clothing brand thing for a while, and I started again. I was like, oh, I want to go back to clothing. I want to stop tech altogether. And he was like, oh, I'm with you. Anything you want to do, I'm in full support. So I think he has actually been like the biggest, right? Because now we brought our business together and we lead it together. So I remember we did a shirt for a something called Revved Up, right? And I wanted to do something unique, something that so sometimes I sketch the entire thing myself, right? And I have a friend, his name is Shalom. He's like a product designer, so he will run down through the entire thing. First thing I do is I just play songs, right? Especially worship songs, right? If I want to do something so unique, right? And I'm just chilling and vibing, and sometimes playing game, right? And I get an idea. So I go on Pinterest, see what other people are doing, because there is no idea new under the sun, right? So you have to see what other people are doing, and it will inspire your own creative process. So that's what I do. So go on Pinterest, look at a lot of designs, right? Oh, I'm picking this, I'm picking this, I'm picking this. Then I'm joining it together to get that unique idea, right? I've done that for some brands, again, that I can't mention. So I do this. Then I call my guy and like, oh, I've gotten the idea. I've gotten the perfect shirt for this, right? And like, oh, send it to me. So I send it to him. He looks at it and we bring it to life. I'm like, oh, we do a first sample. I'm like, oh, this is so good. So I think that's how. So Pinterest, playing worship, playing game, talking to my guys, staying at the city. So all of these things, especially looking at what other people have done, because there's nothing new under the sun. So you can't say you just want to bring something that's never been done, right? So I believe in that. So I look at other people's stuff and I just bring together what they've done, and I look at how I can make mine in a unique way. So that's basically it. Before now, what we do is I sketch, send it to my guy. My guy just does the entire design from scratch. What we do right now is we sketch, we send it to AI. So AI gives us the entire image of what we sketched. So it looks real. So it's like the process, the design process has been shortened, and it now makes perfect sense because we get clearer pictures faster. So we deliver on time now, clearer pictures and the rest. So that's helped us actually. Some of the core values we have, first is community. So I wanted to build a brand that is community driven, right? That your guy tells you, oh, I got this thing from this brand, right? And he's telling you you got this thing from this brand, not because he knows them, but because the quality is also great, right? So the first thing we've done is, if you check our page, the first thing you see a lot of people, even when we have like December parties, my entire idea was to be the Nike of Africa. And it still is, right? Because I was thinking of Nike and I said, one of the reasons why I like Nike is both the high earners and the low earners can get a Nike shirt, right? I'm like, okay, I don't want to put my brand price so high, right? I want to leave it at a place where the two worlds can come together and buy, and it's still value for their money, right? So we have community, we have I think one of the things that we're so proud of is that every single thing we've ever done in Cobs&Sun, we made it from scratch. Like every single thing is made here in Lagos, in Nigeria. So those are the things that drives us. The fact that when we make them here, we tell people that it's possible to do great things from small places, right? And it's so awesome because we're just a group of, I think we're just like 11 in the team now, like 11 or 12, right? And we've I don't want to say it, but we're one of the biggest brands out there. We like your fashion brand makes from us, right? So, but we don't loud it. No way, we are like that. Cobs&Sun is more like the B2C side. We also have the B2B called Cobs Merch. So that's where we make for brands and stuff like that. So Cobs&Sun caters more to individuals, right? So one thing we've successfully done is in the streetwear brand, we also wanted to be the entire idea is that I wanted to be the brand where if you're going to the office, you can wear an outfit that is not suit, right? That is not a button down shirt per se. We do button down shirt, but more like we'll give you a good linen pants with a good nice shirt, and you'll be so good to go out to speak and to go to the office and go to the club. Anywhere you want to go to is fine. It's a good outfit. What we've done is in the streetwear brand, we've become this soft. So if you're looking for the soft guys, soft girls kind of thing, come to us. We have that specific. So it's niche specific. So we don't do. We can, but it's not like in our brand values to do a very crazy jeans that's very, very, very crazy, right? But if you need something soft that you want to be respected and you want to feel cool, just come to us. We'll give you what you want. I mentioned I used to be a front-end dev. So I was coding at that time. So my friend had a company called Cloud Gap. I'm like, oh, yo, bro, I want you to come work for us and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm game, right? So, and it was like, oh, you also need to learn cloud, right? I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm open to, so I have time on my side. I'm like, okay, I'm open to it. So the company paid for the cost, $3,000 for me to learn cloud, AWS. So I was learning cloud and everything, got the job, working with my friend, pretty chill and stuff like that. So one day I was listening to a very good senior friend of mine, Shonibare, and in his podcast, he said something like, oh, he has a printing, he's the owner of Recreate. So he said he was, I think, I was going somewhere, so I was like plugged in my AirPods and everything. And he said something like, oh, that what you're doing now, right, God wants you to stop. You know that God wants you to stop, but you don't want to stop because the money is sweet. I'm like, I actually wanted to stop working. I wanted to like build up my fashion brand very well. But the challenges were too much. And now I'm getting comfortable, I'm working, and I'm earning well, I'm also applying for more jobs. Like, do you get like soft, I don't like using the word soft tech bro guys loading, that kind of thing. So things were going well. I'm like, I was living in like, I had my 2-bedroom apartment. So things were like flying. And I'm like, you want me to, like, so I knew I was hearing God telling me to just stop. And so when I heard the podcast, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stop. So I stopped working and everything. So I started again. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start this fashion thing now with the idea I have and with a broader vision. So first thing, business in Nigeria is hard. I think I can talk about it now because I have like few years experience under my sleeves. Like, business is hard. The major reason why I stopped at first was it was hard. Getting people that can pay attention to details in Nigeria is hard because everybody just wants to do something fast and get away with it. So it's hard, right? So getting people that can get work done was hard. The entire vetting process, vetting the tailors, making sure they're good and stuff like that is hard. So that was like my first reason. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop this business because I won't go mad. Because at that time, I think I was 21 or 20. I'm like, don't kill me for my mother. I'm still young, please. Right? Let me just go and do my tech, work, collect my money. I'm suffering overnight to code and everything, but I know I'm not trying to do any quality control and stuff like that. So that was like the first learning curve that quality matters a lot, right? Especially in our business, in our fashion game, right? People want to, so I value people money, no matter how small it is. If you're giving me 1K and you're buying a shirt for 1K, I need to give you something of quality, right? And that's the learning curve. So let me just share a story. I remember one of the first clients we got, right? The materials we also got to for her was bad. And the profit margin wasn't so much to make another one. I'm like, what am I going to do like this? But I wanted to give her value for her money because I knew that she also worked so hard to get that money, right? So it's painful when you give me money and you work so hard to get your money and you give me money and give me something that's not worth it. It doesn't make sense. Let's just close business and go home because that's not business. So what I did was that sold off some things, came back, made those nice stuff, and I gave her, and she was so excited. And since then, till now, she has been our customer. Like, she has always been coming back. So I think the biggest learning curve for me is understanding that if people give you money to do something, it's because they trust you and they want you to deliver quality something. So give them the quality they want and they'll keep coming back. So that's like my biggest learning curve. So every step of the way in our fashion game, right, even when we make mistakes, I will always tell, everybody knows in the office, I will always tell our customers, oh, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. We didn't say this. But you know what? You don't have to worry about it. Free delivery. But I think some of you here can testify. So yeah, the thing of free delivery, you don't even have to pay for the product. We'll do it because we value your money, we value your time, we value you for choosing us, and we need to give you the best. Understanding that as a Nigerian businessman, knowing that because people just want to do things shabbily, but I think that was like the biggest learning for me, and it still is, right? Because I've transitioned that idea into other businesses of mine. That okay, I'm going to vet well, I'm going to give quality. So first thing first, I in my headspace, I don't consider myself young. I just do my thing. I don't go, oh, I'm young. Oh. I don't do that in my head, right? Or unless I see other people doing stuff and they're like 10 times my age. I'm like, oh, I'm young. Okay. But apart from that, I don't really, first of all, I don't think of age. I just do my thing, right? Because in the business world, nobody cares. If you can deliver, just deliver. But how I manage production, so at first, obviously, it was just me. I hate posting on social media. Like, I just want to stay on that. So it was me always posting. So I went to the market, get the fabrics, give it to my tailor. So at that time, I was in my tailor's house. So my tailor had like this one room. So it's just me and him. So I employed him for just myself. So I'll give him, so we'll stay there, we'll eat, he'll sew, I'll be trimming, we'll do this. Yeah. So that's how it was, right? So I was managing all of that, right? And things started getting better. We got a space, right? That's really big. When we got the space, right, first thing I did was I spoke to some of my friends. I'm like, oh, I know you're good at this thing. I don't have so much money because obviously we just started. I'm like, you know, I know I'm a good boss, right? I know I'm at the end of the day, like money is going to grow, but this is what I have so far now. Can you, if it's something you want to do, you can jump on it, right? I know I also mentioned that I have like a community of people. So at that time, when we got our space, all of my guys came around. One of my guys was fixing the lights. One of my guys was painting. One of my guys was trying to fix this. Like it was a community project. Like every day, when we used like 6 months to build our space. Every single day, you see like 10 guys. This one is doing this one. This one is bringing carpets. Even a night before our opening, right? All of my guys were here. They were fixing the carpet. They were cleaning. So like it was a whole lot, right? So the way I've been able to manage production is right now. When I employed my operations manager, I showed him the entire thing of the business, right? Because I realized what some people don't like doing is to really teach. I realized that I can't, if I have to bring you in to have the idea I'm having and to do the kind of work I'm doing, I have to be able to teach you to a good extent. So what I did was I bring you in, I show you my vision, I share everything with you. I say, oh, this is what I want to do and stuff like that. Do you think it's something you can do? You say, oh, it's something you can do, that you have the capabilities. And I've seen it before I approach you because I won't approach if I didn't say anything. So you come, like my operations manager, I'll show you the entire process of everything. I'll go with you for like a few months. I know that you're good enough. I know you're going to make mistakes. So I factor in my head, I'm like, this guy's still going to make mistake, right? So when you make a mistake, I'm like, oh, it's fine. I knew you were going to make a mistake, right? So that's what I've been able to do. So I do what I can teach. I teach to my guys, and what we are not doing sometimes is we bring somebody in that is way more experienced. I'm like, oh, just talk to us. Tell us what you guys do. Let's learn so that we can grow. Social media has played like a very big, important role in Cobs&Sun. I knew that most of the responsibility of the sales and marketing person lies in the founder. So what I was doing direct marketing. So at first we're not posting that much because I was doing direct marketing. Like I'm like, well, I know that this guy is big. I'm going to this guy. So first thing I did, I went on Twitter and I was looking for like the biggest printing brands. And I approached all of them. Like I sent a message. I'm like, oh, hey, I have a manufacturing house that will make hoodies, joggers, and events and stuff like that. I know you own a printing house, right? Can we collaborate and stuff like that? So that's what I did for like the longest of time. I myself was the one putting myself out there for people to see because at that time we didn't have so much to post. First of all, we didn't have so much job to even post, right? So I was the main guy that was doing the marketing. Still I'm the main guy, right? But at that time it was way more like it was like, you must answer me because I'm knocking on your DM. So that's what I did for the longest of time. We got a really big gig with it and did like a non-disclosure kind of thing with a brand and stuff like that. After that, I started reaching out to brands in their personal DM that, oh, Alpha, see, I can give you this thing for a cheaper price than what other people give you because I own a manufacturing house. We make them get the same quality you buy. And one I even kind of helped, not kind of per se, delivery costs went up, things went up. And people were like, oh, we need made in Nigerian brand because we can't afford outside quality. I'm like, oh. And that's where we came in, and people saw that, oh, it's actually the same quality, and most times way better, and it was a thing of a win-win for me. I'm like, okay, so still now I still do the same thing. So social media is really good. We've had a lot of customers that I can't count, right? Week in, week out. Sometimes we work Monday to Sunday sometimes because of like lots of others. If I knew what I know now then, right? First thing I would do was, me as a founder, I will focus so much more on my business. At that time, I was still all over the place. I was trying to do a lot of things, right? So I was not really, really focusing. Like I was not taking my personal learning seriously. I knew that I was new to the business world, right? I needed to learn. Like you have to learn, right? If you don't learn, you'll be stuck. I thought I knew it all by selling shirts and making some money. I didn't know this is a whole different ball game, employing people. So I needed to learn from people that have done it. And the same way I talked about Pinterest, learning from other people that have done it, I needed to learn. So I didn't really take my own personal learning seriously, because the more I learn, the more I become a better founder, the more I can lead my team more. So that's like the first thing that I didn't do, right? And second thing I didn't do was, I was joking with marketing. Right? I was just playing it. But now, like I'm going big on marketing. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to build my own studio. We are going big time on marketing. So that's like the two things. As a clothing brand, right, I want to make the experience for all of our customers on the B2B side seamless. So the first question was that, oh, when these guys finish making designs, right, they want to post and they need good pictures, right? I'm like, oh, I need to get a studio. Get good cameras, right? And so that way they make. So now what happens is that you come to us as a clothing brand, we're like, oh, we know we're making your stuff for you, but we are also asking, are you not going to take pictures? You need to take pictures now, right? And you're like, oh yeah, you need to take pictures. I'm like, you know what? Because you're making it on our end, we'll give you for a discount. Like, this is normal price, right? So we're slashing it for you. And you're like, oh, thank you. I'm like, welcome. So that was like the first idea. And like, you know what camera can I go to? And I went to Camerajoint, and I saw their ad. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to come here. So I went and I told the guy, okay, see, I have 7 million naira. What can 7 million naira get me in this place? That's good though. I don't want to go and. So he was like, oh, go for this. But before then, I've done my research. But when I came there, I saw a lot of cameras. I'm like, and stuff like. So he gave me like the best, and I'm still using it, right? So he gave me like he just said, okay, 7 million naira. See what your 7 million can buy. I said, thank you, sir. So I collected everything. So now that's why we opened the studio, right? Apart from that, it has transitioned from just because of our fashion guys into we now like take pictures for a lot of people and stuff like that. And the entire goal is to document, right? One of the core values of Cobs&Sun is to spotlight go-getter stories, because we believe that the people that buy from us are people that are always chasing something. They're chasing their dreams, and we want to tell their stories, right? We want to help them in their entire creative process to tell their stories. And I figured that the only way to do that, right, was to have my own studio and have my own guys running it, right? So that's like the why we built our studio. Beyond the brand, I still like do one or two things in tech, and recently we built a cool, like, amazing product. It's called Nilo. So basically, we were like, okay, let me give you the story of how like the idea came about and stuff like that, or how we like transition and stuff like that. So we're traveling to Edo State for a wedding, right? And we got there late, and we're like, the ladies with us, they wanted to like do their makeup, their hair and stuff like that. And they were looking for like vendors around, right? But every shop they enter is like, we're not sure you guys can give us what we want. So we're like, okay, why not just build a system where you can order a makeup artist to your house, more like a booking platform, order a makeup artist to your house, order a nail technician to your house, or check makeup artists around your area. You see their pricing, you see their reviews, and you book them either to go to their place or to come to theirs. So basically, something as simple as that. So we built a booking platform, right? It's called Milo. We're launching like next month. So right now we're like in testing phase, bringing vendors, vetting vendors, like the quality thing I talked about. So now I have more experience. So we're vetting vendors and stuff like that. And I feel like it's something that is going to be, again, no idea is new under the sun, right? But I feel like it's something that is needed right here in Nigeria, Africa, and worldwide. And I feel like it's going to be so big. And yeah, and I have other things. You obviously know that we have like the studio. We are doing something called I'll just share like a bit. It's called biogas, right? We're trying to do something amazing in the east, and then bring it down to the west. So, what does success look like for Cobs&Sun? I think honestly, it's to pay my workers so well that they are so happy and they don't want to leave, right? And because they are amazing people, like I work with, I've been working with the same set of people for the past 3 years, 2 years plus now, right? Because this June, I think June, if I'm not mistaken, will make us 3 years in this place. So I think for me, success will be paying them so much that they're like, wow, like paying them what I know that their colleagues are earning outside of the country and stuff like that's what I would really be happy if I'm like we're getting there, right? So that's like what success look like to me. Then artists that I want to collaborate with, I have a lot actually. Limbo Blaze, Obarigi. That's like there's a lot of guys I want to collaborate with. If the video comes, it's fine, right? So, but a lot of artists I want to collaborate with. My age has never been a challenge. That's actually been a blessing because I make mistakes. I'm like, okay, I have time. Like, although now I'm getting older day by day, but the age has never been a disadvantage because in the business world, people just want you to deliver, right? And I'm delivering what you're asking. So there's no business with my age. Or when you now hear about my age, like, oh, yeah, you're that young. I'm like, yeah, like advantage. So it's more of a blessing. It's more blessing for me that I can fail, start again. I'm not saying people that are way older can't fail, but I just have more advantage and time to my side, right? So fail, start again, and also the thing of the beauty of building, working so hard and building so much at that young age. It's awesome. I don't really like looking into it, but sometimes I just like, oh, I built all these things in a really young age with the help of my guys and my community, and I'm like, thank you, God. So my advice to young guys trying to come into the fashion game is I want you to give people the quality, like value for their money, right? Don't just build because you want to be the next Ashlocks or something like that. Build because you want to give people value for what, like give them value for their money, right? That should be your that first aim. Then you can start niching down what you really want to do, right? And get good suppliers, right? If you can. If you come to us, we are the best in the game. We work with you, we like give you the entire breakdown process and stuff like that. And obviously we have a studio, so it's a win-win for you, right? But I want you to take your mind off first. There's money in the game. I'll be honest with you. There's money. There's so much money to be made, right? Because we can't do it alone. We need you guys. So there's so much money to be made, but I want you to put it at the back of your head that you want to deliver value. Like I see a lot of people, celebrities, them be specific. They just want to start up their fashion brand, and I see their designs. I'm like, why are you charging this for this, right? It's more like they just want the money out of it. And I'm not saying you should not want the money, but your aim should not be the money first. Your aim should be, oh, I want to deliver value because I feel like I have a unique design, or I want to, even though you don't have a unique design, you just love the entire fashion game and you just want to do it. You're welcome, right? The market is open for all, but you have to understand that you have to give the value for the money. Like I want you to have that at the back of your mind, and I also want you to take your marketing game seriously. And I also want you to keep learning as a founder because you never stop learning. Like me, I think somebody that inspires me so much apart from my guys, because my guys are my first biggest inspiration. Because all of my guys, like they're doing amazing stuff. Like I look at them, I'm like, whoa, right? So they're like my first motivation. And some other guys outside, like Unjuku and the rest, like I see what they're building, and is amazing, right? So always learn from people, right? Call people that if you have access to people that are doing stuff, call them and ask them, oh, how did you do this stuff? How did you do this stuff? You have to be open to learning. You have to learn if you want to get bigger than what. And again, build in with the mindset that you're building globally, right? Don't limit yourself to the exchange rate and Nigeria. Like build go like I would like things you watch out for, Cobs&Sun and like the rest of the things we're building. We are going to be collaborating with a lot of people. I'll give you like a small hint. We're collaborating with Darlington. And there's a lot of other people we're collaborating with. We're opening our gym wear collection, our gym wear brand entirely. So something different for for the gym girlies and gym guys, and you get. So that's something we're doing. And we're also trying to see how we can infuse fashion to every of our daily lives. So it's something we're building. It's more like a personal body, like an AI for fashion. Think of Pinterest and some other things add together. So like the whole so because I'm always looking for things to solve, right? So like most of the challenges are faced in the fashion business. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to, because I know that if I'm facing these challenges, other guys in the fashion game are facing these challenges. So I'm like, I brought the entire idea together. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to build something that is going to solve these things, right? So that's something also we're doing. Watch out for Nilo, please. Watch out for Nilo, and a lot of other things. But we are doing a lot of collaboration, right? With tech companies, Camerajoint too. So I do a lot of collaboration with a lot of people, and it's something I'm grateful for because collaboration is like the key to growth. So, hey guys, my name is Sonny Jacob. I'm a 25-year-old head boy at Cobs&Sun and 3 other companies: Nilo, Invisibilis, and Cobs Merch. And this is my story.